We start with 1 hour chart. If you refer to our analysis in my last video when the price was within this correction, I mentioned the way is correcting mostly. If we get the continuation, we get as a sharp move. That's why I mentioned if you want to look for buy, the best way is to have entry above this, which is we put here at 0.00747. Okay, and this is what we get. That's why I was keep mentioning when we have this kind of the corrective move, mostly it come with a sharp move. And every time I mentioned that even maybe we don't get a trade set up. That's why we mentioned we advise to have entry above this. And this is what we get. Anyway, we see this kind of the movement with the sharp move and the reversal. And if anyone is still they keep the trade, they should take out the trade. They shouldn't stay with the trade. Because for this coin, most of the time we see when it's turned to a corrective move, any move will be with a sharp move, and most of the time we can see the reversal. Okay, that's why we mentioned the only way to look for trade for this correction to have entry above this. And we were expecting to see the breakout of the correction, this correction, which is this one, and exactly this is what we get. All right. Anyway, after we see this kind of, after we see the sharp move breakout, this is not moving, this is where we should manage. And if anyone is still keep the trade, they should take out the trade. Okay, because if we move to forward chart, we see a lot of the time similar to what we have here. We explain, we get the sharp move, price reverse, sharp move, reverse. All right, and this is one of them. Okay, now want to see what's the next. If we move to 1 hour chart, we mentioned we have been looking for this trade. We get if anyone is in the trade, take out the trade. Then we take out this one. All right. Now want to see what's the next. We take out these lines. All right, because the price what we were expected is broke. All right. Again, we must start with the daily chart. As we mentioned, we have been looking for the buy. We get the sharp move, but as the price reverse, it's still we're looking for reversal. But the question is how we can look at this. And right now we move to forward chart. All right. And one of the things I was keep highlighting that may this one tend to a 1, 2, 3 waves structure. Okay. As you can see, after the price broke the previous top, if you refer to the indicators, we see what we have. Okay. Still, we can consider we have a divergence, but the MACD doesn't show anything. All right. But we don't need to rely on this. But the only thing is I was keep highlighting that after the breakout of this top, maybe we can look at this. All right, as we can see the price reversed and came back to the corrective where there was a corrective area. Okay, no, still we came with the over two options, whether this is only 1, 2, 3 and this is the start of the up move, or these two we can put in relative to each other because almost the price broke the previous stop. All right, no, the price broke and we have at least 1, 2, 3. Can we expect this one can be in relative to this as a 1, 2, 3 for one more drop? This is what we need to be careful. For sure, if we get one more drop, any reversal, it can give us perfect trade. But we are not looking for sell. The only thing is, if we want to look for buy, it's better we wait. We get the correction, proper trade setup. We cannot simply jump in. And whatever the trade we have, we should take out the trade. That's why I was mentioning after, if we get any trade from this correction, after the breakout of this stuff, we have to start to manage. And every time we mention about the sharp move, it can give a reversal. Okay. Now, as we mentioned, what we get here after the breakout of the top right now, we can look at this as a 1, 2, 3. Okay, even if the price is going to drop, mostly we are not going to look for sell unless we get a proper, because the way it's moving is really corrective. But if we get any opportunity to look for buy, if we look for, we take it and we start to manage it. And the best thing is let this one drop. Is as we mentioned last time when the price was within this move, we mentioned if we want to look for buy, let the price drop. When tag the bottom of this correction, then from there we look for buy. Right now we do same unless we see the reversal. But right now, what I have here, I have nothing. And if I move to 1 hour chart, we want to see what we have based on 1 hour chart. Okay, as we can see, we see that the reversal. Even internally, we get the divergence, but the MACD doesn't show us anything. Anyway, can we look for sell? The only times we can look for sell if it start to correct similar to what I should draw it, then maybe we can consider for sell. But right now I cannot confirm whether we should look for sell or not because we don't have any trade setup. Even we don't have any trade setup for the buy. Even if the price sharply reverse without giving us a trade setup, we are not going to trade it. We just wait. We wait, we see until we get the next trade setup. Okay, similar to what we were expected here. When the price was here, we mentioned let the price drop. It drop, we get the trade from here. When the price was here, we mentioned we can look for trade, but right now we don't have a trade set up. What I can suggest, if anyone get the trade, is still they keep the trade from here, because we have two opportunity to look for trade. One of them was from here, the second was from here. If anyone get the trade, at least move their stop loss to break even if they can. Mostly if they keep the trade from here. If they have any trade from here, from this correction, they should take out the trade. And we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. And right now we're looking at this correction. We want to see whether this is as a 1, 2, 3 as a flat, and this one is going to retest the low again or not. Anyway, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. Thanks.